This is this is so hard. I don't know how to like explain this. Hey, it's Kimberly and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget, and that has nothing to do with today's video. This topic has been sitting on my heart for quite a bit, and I just want to get it out. So this is not going to be in line with any of my other videos, which is fine, but if after you're watching this, you like what you see, just comment down below so I know that we can continue conversations like this. But I just wanted to touch on something, and before I get into it, I am not pointing the finger at anyone. This is a judgment-free zone. Hear me when I say this is a judgment-free zone. Remember that throughout the video as I say things so that you aren't quick to jump for attacking or anything like that, but I'm merely just putting questions out there, questions that I have about certain things, and I just want to understand better. So today's topic that I want to talk about is why you don't watch the news. Since college, I'd say I've come across people, randomly that will just say like, oh, I don't watch the news or whatever, and then continue on their way. I do watch the news. I wouldn't say I watch it 24/7 and have like all this special knowledge about it and I know every single thing that's going on, but I do keep up with the news. I mean, especially now with social media, we have the news almost everywhere. So I kind of gathered a couple of ideas that certain people talk about, or their first, line of defense when they say that they don't watch the news. And I just want to talk about it, or just kind of dissect it a little bit, because I really want to understand. The first thing that comes to mind that usually people say is that they don't watch the news because it's too much for them. They'll say it's too much or it's overwhelming. I absolutely understand that. There is so much going on. If you separate yourself from that, it doesn't not occur. It's still occurring, and now you've just put yourself in a bubble to not acknowledge it. What does that do when we just kind of put, a bubble around us, a little safe haven zone, and you say, I'm not going to focus on the news, or I don't like to watch it because, there's too much bad things happening in the world. The news only focuses on bad things, etc., etc. It sounds wild to me when someone says that they feel, overwhelmed, or they'll say depressed, which I don't know if people are truly using the word depressed in the right way, or if they do suffer from depression. There's a difference between using depression as that mainstream word, like it's just so depressing, versus people that are absolutely depressed. So let's just separate that. So yes, a lot of things, especially now, are going on, but it doesn't weigh me down in a sense that I literally can't function. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't consider myself heartless. Because it's things that's actually occurring, I wouldn't want to shun my eye to it. I would want to look to it and get information on that and just stay educated with what's going on in our current situation. I don't feel like there's power or extra knowledge in not knowing the news. Or knowing what's going on in the world. Recognizing that I can't change the outcome of what I'm seeing right in the moment because who I am, I'm not in a position of power, but I could also help if I could on the low end. Comforts me. Another thing is that feeling that weight on your shoulders of all that stuff. A lot of these things that are occurring in the news, like unless it's local, you can't directly change it in that one moment. But you can be educated on that and educate other people on it. And as a mass, like, you can make change. Certain things, when there are disasters or whatever, like, you can make donations. I'm saddened by the things that are going on in the world, but I'm not taking on that weight and feeling paralyzed. I'm aware of the magnitude of it, but I'm not feeling like I can't continue my daily life with it. It's a situation that I have absolutely no education in or no expertise in. I don't feel a certain pang or hurtness that I can't do anything about it. I'm just looking towards helping to uplift those that can do something about it and get them to handle the situation, if that makes any sense. Now, there's another thing too that people will say is that the news is biased. Now, depending on where you get your news from, I could understand that, absolutely. I've seen several different news sites posting about a topic, and each one of them has like a completely different spin. But as someone of sound mind or education, if you compare two different news sources, one on one side of the spectrum and the other on the other side, you can kind of tell which one is trying to like sway you. So my tip, if anyone wants a tip, is that sometimes I look at multiple sources. I literally look at multiple sources of information about one topic. There are definitely publications out there that lean towards not trying to persuade people, but just giving the facts. And those are the ones that we should be looking out towards. What I would 100% promote is not using Twitter for your information. It's a breeding ground for massive bots that are giving you misinformation, and it is wild to see. So what I've done before in the past, I've seen this several times, is you'll see this news article come out. It'll have like a video or whatever. It'll show some crazy thing happening, and everyone will be jumping in the comments and freaking out and retweeting it and just spreading it like crazy. And then you won't see the follow-up of that, and it'll come out later on that the facts were wrong, situation was incorrect, or it didn't happen, it was a hoax, it was made up, like all of that kind of stuff. But then only about a fourth, if we're lucky, of the people have gone back and seen that it's false. Everyone else is just assuming that happened, and that further fuels them with their anger or whatever that situation did towards them. And that's not okay. That is why I get very frustrated with Twitter, and if I see something that's news related, I just hop onto Google and I find another article to kind of back up what's going on with it, because it's just really untrustworthy. My lighting is crazy. And also, if you just do a simple click through to some of these people in these comments on Twitter, you'll see that they either like just created their profile, or they've been around for a little bit but they have like 0 followers, they're not following many people. Yeah, that just sat on my heart today. And I'm not saying I watch the news 24/7, like I said before, I don't, but I do have a layman's understanding of what's going on. You know, let's have a conversation down below. Let me hear your thoughts on this. This is not usual on my channel, but give it a like, give it a comment. Let's have something constructive on both ends. If you're like living for the news and yada yada yada, like comment down below. If you never ever watch the news, I'm just curious, you know, what that does for you. In the long run, does it really help you to not have this information? Just a question. No accusations. It's just something that was going through my head as I was in yoga class, and then I've heard it for quite a while. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.